So we're going to go over 3 different ways that you can solve this problem. The first thing we're going to do is a double number line. After that, we'll look at setting up a proportion. And then we'll do our little shortcut for our third version. So let's start with the double number line. The first thing we need to do here is actually set up 2 number lines. The top number line is going to show us how many likes we got on the video, and then the bottom is going to show the percent. So the number of likes we have is what percent of all the likes on our video. And in the question, we are told that there are 140 views. So if we got 140 likes, that would be 100% of the views. And if there were no likes, that would be 0%. So we're going to use these to help kind of fill in the gaps. And we're trying to figure out where 35 likes would be. So a good place to start is at 50%, because that's half of 100, and we can find half of 140. That would be 70 likes. Now let's do the same thing. Half of 70 gives us 35 likes. Hey, that's the number that we were given. So your job is to determine what percent this is right here. So we divided 70 likes in half to get 35. So what percent does this leave us on our double number line? The next thing we can do is set up a proportion. So we know from previous questions we've done that if we do the part divided by the whole and set that equal to the percent out of 100, we are going to do 2 things. First, multiply 2 diagonal numbers, and then the second thing is divide by the last number. So let's go ahead and fill in what we know. So we know there were 35 likes and 140 total views. So if we think about what's the part and what's the whole, well, the part is going to be how many likes we had. So 35 likes out of 140 total views equals our percent out of 100. And we leave this just as a percent sign because this is what we're looking for. The question asks us to calculate the percent, so we don't know it. We don't have a number to fill in there. So now we have 2 steps. Multiply 2 numbers that are diagonal. Since we don't have a number here, this is not the diagonal we're looking at. So we're going to multiply these 2. And then divide by the last number. So you're going to do 35 times 100, and then 140 is our last number, so you're going to divide that answer by 140. And the third way we could solve this is our shortcut. We know that if we divide part divided by the whole, we actually get the percent. It's just it looks like a decimal. It's in decimal form. So then we have to turn that from decimal form into the actual percent. So if you did part divided by whole and you got 0.7, to turn that into the actual decimal, you're going to multiply by 100. So that would be 70%. So 0.7 is equal to 70%. So whatever you get when you do part divided by whole, just multiply that by 100 to get the actual percentage. So hopefully one of these strategies makes sense to you, and use whichever strategy you would like to solve the problem again.